Hey,
Elijah Wood.
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Oh, just doing the rounds.
Oh, cool. We only have you for 10 minutes. We closed at 52.
Jesus.
We ended
fucking
52.
Christ.
So you better
10
make this.
minutes. That's very stressful.
We gotta make this count.
Oh God.
We didn't see your movie. They didn't give us a link to it.
What?
It's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. It's a comedy thriller. And it's on Netflix. And they normally would send us a link, but they did not. They didn't send us either one of us.
But I'll tell you this.
I'm assuming they probably didn't because it's available tomorrow on Netflix. Maybe?
Right.
Oh.
It's gotten like super like good reviews. It's already won awards. Like,
yeah, we won the grand jury prize at Sundance.
Were you expecting that? I mean, you're laughing. I'm assuming you did not see that coming.
No, we didn't. Which isn't to say that we don't love the film and believe in it. I don't think you ever anticipate those kinds of things happening. And Sundance, our film is a dark comedy that kind of gets into genre territory towards the end. It gets very intense. Not the kind of film typically to win the grand jury prize.
Sure.
These are the Birth of a Nations are the kinds of films that tend to win that prize. So it was a real surprise, but, we were chuffed.
I always expect things I do to win. I'm always disappointed. As soon as we're done shooting, I'm like, here come the awards. Yeah. Nothing.
Well, if I like it, everyone's gonna
worship this.
Have you had scenarios like that where like you love something and you're like, this is like the one, this is my thing, and then
it failed?
Yeah, people just don't respond to it.
I don't know if I tend to operate from a relatively humble place, so I also don't really believe in expectations. So I don't enter into anything with any expectations. So even if I love something, I don't know. I feel like its life reveals what it's going to do, if that makes sense.
Right.
You get a sense of where something's going to go and how it will be received. I don't know that I've ever been horribly wrong, where I've been like, oh man, this thing's really great and nobody likes it. I don't know. I keep relatively reasonable expectations.
What do you think about this whole? Sorry, what do you think about this whole explosion of everybody's talking about? And you talked about it last year. Everybody's talking about this 13-year-old boys and sex and all this, and now it's in the forefront of the culture.
Yeah, every day you turn on the television.
Everyone is talking about this.
Somebody else is trying to say like, he's justified.
He's justified.
It's
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny thing because that whole thing as it pertains to me came out of an interview where someone just asked for my comments on it as it pertains to sort of molestation in Hollywood. I have no personal experience with it, so I was literally speaking from someone that knows as much about it as any of you do, and through documentaries and stuff. It got misconstrued in the press as if I was some sort of ambassador with a great deal of knowledge as to what's going on. I really don't. The good thing about it is that it created a conversation, and it seems to have not stopped. It's got a lot of legs, which is great. There's obviously a lot of people with more firsthand knowledge, and I suppose they're the ones that should be doing the talking.
It's so weird too. Because like Milo now the liberals are going after, and a lot of the conservatives now George Takei the conservatives are going after. It's like
Bill Maher is now being
targeted. Everyone just targets people on basis of like political ideology. It's fucking crazy. No, there's no morality. It's just like whatever your politics are, we'll attack you, and
They're
then
more
that half will
interested
attack him.
in getting this person than they are actually.
They don't care about what's right or wrong.
Yeah,
it's can we use this to get you?
Right. I know. We're in a very strange, divisive time in the sense that a Republican will attack a Democrat simply because he or she is a Democrat, and the same on the other side. And that's not really getting us anywhere.
Right.
I actually thought, I don't agree at all with Milo's politics, but I thought it was good to have him on Bill Maher's show. I think, the unfortunate thing that happened at Berkeley, where there was sort of these almost riots as a result of Berkeley accepting Milo at the campus, it's really the wrong way to go. Like, we need to be able to hear the opinions of people we don't agree with and give them a platform so that we can hear that side and articulate why we think it's not great. More of that, less of the shutting people down with opinions that we don't agree with.
Because when you're living when you just make the conscious decision, and you can now, like either side, not like liberal or conservative, but it's so easy to just choose to live in a bubble because there are quote unquote news sources that will just say what you want to hear.
And your Twitter feed.
Yeah. And so, I do find it odd that more and more it seems like people are making that choice to like live in the bubble and be like, well, no, I don't agree with that, so I'm going to find an article that I do agree with instead of being like, let me juggle some things here. Let me figure out where in the middle or what the truth is based on these two sides. You know?
Sure. It's easy to do, and it's also, to a certain degree, I think we're all guilty of it because we tend to follow people that we agree with or voices that we respect, which tends to reinforce our political perspectives. And it's hard. It's hard to find unbiased news. You know, it's not easy to find a source because the other side of it is if you're a Democrat or you're liberal, do you go to Breitbart to read their news? Well, that's going to be relatively biased too. So it's a struggle. You know, it's you kind of want the sources to be as unbiased as possible, and that's very difficult to find.
Everyone thinks that we're the most unbiased people. Like we all think that we're reasonable.
Right.
Like you ask me, do I think I'm an unreasonable asshole? But no, I have the perfect balance, and every person thinks that.
I know it's true, and that's a real liberal thing. Liberals think they're very reasonable, and to a certain degree, I think they are. You know, there's so many things separating liberals and conservatives. I think liberals would say that they operate from a standpoint of reason and logic. I think that more often than not that's true, but they're guilty of the same shit.
Yeah, and it also seems like there's like a moral high ground that a lot of liberals tend to take where they feel like their side is the right side, like not correct, but
and that
like
can be
morally,
very isolating.
Yes,
that can be very isolating, especially to Middle America, people with more conservative values and beliefs. That can make people feel less than,
and make people feel attacked. Like, well, that means that what I'm doing is wrong. Then, like you're telling, like I thought I was doing the right.
Well, I
thing.
always say learn to listen, listen to learn, and I said bumper stickers that say that. It's really an important lesson.
It is important.
Thank you very much.
That's really.
I came up with these catchy little things that really help people.
It's just well thought out, and yeah, it's got a lot of levels to it. It's not at all.
Oh, come on.
It's certainly not trite at all.
Thank you. No. Learn to listen, listen to learn. Whichever order you want to put it in.
But yeah, it's a crazy time we're living in now, though. It's this is
do you get in
unprecedented?
Do you read a lot of stuff? Do you keep up on the news? You just
try to
jump into work instead.
No, I try to. It's sort of unavoidable because it's so batshit crazy. It's like watching a terrible reality program or something. It doesn't feel very presidential or professional. It just seems like
you don't want to see
like there's chaos.
Like Kellyanne Conway is good though.
Personality. I don't know.
She's good. She's smart. She says a lot of really cool shit.
Isn't she taking a break from media?
Yeah, which is really good. Wasn't she like a senior advisor to him, and now they're not letting her do interviews?
Well, that's
right.
That's good.
I'm convinced though. I saw her. She was on Fox News this morning.
Oh, good.
And I'm convinced that somebody that was real. That they were like, you know what, we're gonna put the brakes on her, but it was private. And then the news reported it, and they're like, okay, put her on Fox News, and then we can say that was fake news.
Wow.
I'm convinced of it.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
She denied being sidelined.
See?
I really want to fuck her. I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why? She's something sexy about her. And
is this the angry thing?
No, I'm not mad at her. I would love to just fuck her. I think that she'd be awesome. She'd probably be a big submissive. She's just a dominant personality.
She's got another side to her.
Oh,
for
would I
sure.
kiss her feet and give her a fucking spanking?
You would?
Oh, I'd straighten her right out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she needs.
Yeah, she'd love it.
See, that's the great
man.
thing about Norton is that, like, it's not about, like, oh, you know, I hate her politics so much. I want to, like, sleep with her because I'm angry. It's, no, you could take the politics out and just be like, no, I want to fuck her.
She's attractive.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't care about her dumb politics.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you don't discriminate. I like it.
That's where Jim's being a reasonable
That's
person.
right. He is. He absolutely is. His politics don't matter to him.
Well, you know what the problem is? Nobody has friends. Like, we talked about when, certain actors or celebrities who have said things, and a lot of times they don't have friends that will just go, shut up. Like, you really need people around you who care about you enough to just debate you in real life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have that because they're so powerful. They're in such high esteem. They don't have friends that will go, what the fuck are you talking about? So they say these things publicly, and they wonder why everybody reacts like they're assholes. And it's like, well, because no one in your personal life ever told you sound stupid when you say that.
And it goes back to the news thing because they surround themselves with that thing of agreeability because it's a little easier and more pleasant on a day-to-day basis if you're just right 100% of the time.
Sure. People need checks and balances.
Yeah, I think that's...
People need people around them to tell them that they're fucking up or making choices that aren't great choices. And, that's what true friends do. Having people around you that say that you're perfect or, agree with everything that you're saying is a terrible situation.
Are you in a relationship or are you single?
No, I'm in a relationship.
How long?
8 months.
Oh, okay. So it's still kind of new. So you're still in like the not fighting place. You're in that like it's all fresh and
no fights. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I was literally talking to somebody they were in a much newer relationship yesterday. And they were talking about when do we tell people, blah, blah, blah. And I was
that's very new.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, it's like probably like 2 months in. And they're somewhat public. So it's like might be a thing when they were...
I see.
Jim, I didn't know you were ready.
Oh, no, go ahead.
But I was like, you guys got to make... my advice was to have your first fight before you tell people. Because you do have to do something to wipe the honeymoon stage out and survive it.
Right.
Before, because otherwise it's a thing, if God forbid it doesn't
Right.
work
That's what I do.
Sure.
I fuck one of her friends, and then all of a sudden
Can we survive this?
That's a good idea. I also think intrinsically whether something's going to go the distance or be something that you're investing what will be a lot of time into.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose that's not bad advice.
Are you in love?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fast.
Yeah,
8 months.
I feel like I've been head over heels. And then 3 months later, look at them who are you? So I have no feelings.
And then you're having sex and it's your heels that are over your head.
that does happen.
Yeah. And I'm like, why did I say all those things about loving this person?
Exactly. They're assholes.
I don't feel that way at all.
Exactly. She has great nipples.
That's what...
I don't care about her at all.
Is that a pattern or is that just once in a while?
Well, I mean, I'm married now.
Okay.
And it's not. But it was I found myself in a series of short relationships that I was just doing that. I was just and then no.
Yeah.
We have to end very shortly.
Oh no.
Aw, man.
Because it's not that we want to, but it's a computer issue. I don't feel at home in this. They cut us off. I don't feel at home in this world anymore. It's available exclusively on Netflix.
Yeah. So computers aren't all bad. They brought us Netflix.
There you go.
Yeah.
And and Elijah's film is doing very, very well.
It's on Netflix tomorrow, by the way. I don't feel at home in this world anymore, and it's gotten amazing reviews, and it's funny, and it's great.
Sundance Jury Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really great.
Yes.
Thanks, man. I hope you guys see the film, and I hope you enjoy it.
I will. I wish we could have seen it before. We would have been prepared. I would have talked about it. I would have given away certain scenes.
Maybe it's all for the better then.
I know.
And man, thanks a lot.
Thanks, dude.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow, right?
Unless we're dead.
Oh my God, it's over.